Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Glazer, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Lada, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wykowski, Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The Secretary notices the absence of a quorum. Would members please come to the Senate chamber for our 9 a.m. session? The earlier we start, the earlier, obviously, we will finish. So all senators, please, to the Senate floor. Colleagues, a quorum is present. Would the members and our guests be on the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this morning by our guest chaplain, the Reverend Elizabeth Griswold of the Parkside Community Church, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag by Senator Huff.
Please join me in a spirit of prayer. I've been asked to come here this morning, God, to offer something of an invocation, to invoke your great spirit in this room, in this time, in this place. But Holy One, we know in our heart of hearts that you are already here. So instead of a time of invocation, let us use this moment as a time of awareness, true awareness and humble recognition of your presence already here, within us, amongst us, and beyond us, in every moment. Just like my Sunday school teacher taught me, God, you are as close to us as breathing and as distant as the farthest star. So I ask you now, God, just to remind these good people that you are here. Remind them of your presence and of your call upon their lives. Remind them of all the good people of California who depend on them each and every day, who pray for them and bless them and rely on their good work. And please remind this gathered body as well, God, in all they do, to do what is required of them, in the words of your mighty prophet Micah, to seek justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with you. Amen.
Good morning, colleagues. Under privileges of the floor, Senator Leyva at Senator De Leon's desk.
Thank you, Madam President. Going to assemble my people quickly.
It's quite all right. Take a moment.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, members. I am honored this morning to recognize the staff from the California Department of Public Health that acted as a response team after the tragic events of December 2nd in San Bernardino. These team members provided emergency mutual aid to assist San Bernardino County in December 2015 following the tragic mass shooting at the Inland Regional Center that killed 14 people and injured 21. Of the 14 people killed, 12 were county employees. And of the 21 injured, 18 worked for the county. While the entire country, and especially those in San Bernardino, grieved, this team of CDPH staff immediately stepped up by providing necessary support to San Bernardino County to ensure local public health services continued. The team also traveled back and forth from Sacramento to San Bernardino to help rebuild the Public Department of Health. This tragedy has had a profound impact on the lives of many across the country, including the team that works with and around the coworkers, the family, and the friends of those who lost their lives in the shooting. Today, please join me in recognizing this dedicated response team. Here on the floor to accept the resolution on behalf of their colleagues are Kevin Yamada, Kevin, raise your hand, Environmental Program Manager, Ronald Pelorin, Ronald, Veronica Malloy, Senior Environmental Scientist, Veronica, Willie Jenkins, Senior Environmental Scientist as well. Please raise your hand. Very good. And also joining me in recognizing these courageous folks is Senator Morell. Senator Morell?
Thank you, Senator Leyva. Yes, members, I too echo the same sentiments as our fine senator from Ontario. And I express my thanks to these people. Sure were dark days that day, bittersweet. The bitterness we know was the attack, but the sweetness is good people like this. When the community needed them the most, they were there at their best. And so That was awesome. The healing process has been a long one, but San Bernardino continues to grow strong and stand strong. We're grateful for everyone who made the extra effort to provide relief and help our city recover, including these individuals here who stepped up and allowed county employees some time to heal before returning to work. Their contributions did not go unnoticed, and it's our privilege to recognize them here today on the floor. So if you'd thank them.
Welcome to the Senate, and again, we thank you for your service. Privileges of the floor.
Motions, resolutions.
Senator Jackson at the Pro Tem's desk. For what purpose do you rise?
For purposes of introduction.
Please proceed.
If you'd give me a moment, I have some very esteemed guests to introduce to the body today. Madam President and members, today we are flying the flag of the great nation of Japan in honor of a group of distinguished visitors. And I would like to start off by saying that about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I had the honor and privilege to join our President Pro Tem and a group, including Senator Huff, on a trip to Japan, where we were treated with great respect and had a wonderful experience as we observed the extraordinary efforts that the Japanese people have made in the area of transportation, addressing climate change, dealing with the challenges associated with the 21st century. And it is my, indeed, honor and privilege to be presenting these 12 members of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Northern California, the JCCNC, and the Japan Business Association of Southern California, the JBA, who are participating in an annual trip to the state capital to discuss issues of interest to the Japanese business community. Thanks to their presence here, our state has gained thousands of jobs and billions of dollars in tax revenues over the years from their manufacturing plants, distribution centers, retail outlets, and finance operations. These executives contribute on a daily basis to the vibrancy, diversity, and strength of California's economy. From the JCCNC, we have here today the President, Mr. Kenichi Sato of the Kokusai Semiconductor Equipment Corporation, Mr. Takashi Amino of Mitsui & Company, USA, Mr. Makoto Katayama of Innovation Corsair, Mr. Makoto Maizawa of Japan Airlines, Mr. Hiroshi Tomita of Konica Minolta, Ms. June, by the way, I used to try to take pictures with your cameras, and as good as they are, I could never get good pictures. Just a personal aside. Might be the photographer. And Ms. Junko Nakagawa, who is the executive director of JCCNC. And from the JBA, we have the president, Mr. Satoshi Okawa of the Sumitomo Corporation of the Americas, Mr. Hitoshi Ishikawa of the Mitsubishi Corporation, Ms. Yuko Kafu, did I pronounce that correctly, of the Japan House in Los Angeles, Mr. Naoshi Matsushita of NRI Secure Technologies, Mr. Hideyaki Takase of Konica Minolta, and Mr. Yuji Takahashi, the Executive Director of the JBA. Not only do we share robust economic and historical ties with Japan, we share a valued friendship. As I mentioned, last year, the Pro Tem led the Senate's 16th official delegation there, to which we were honored to participate. In light of our special relationship, it's not surprising that the Senate has sent more delegations to Japan than anywhere else. We are privileged to have so many Japanese business leaders call the state of California home. Please join me in extending a warm California welcome to the warm and wonderful contingent here from our esteemed partners in the great nation of Japan.
Before we get
Senator
very
Leno.
official, Madam President, thank you. Just to say a few words on behalf of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Northern California, along with Southern California, which of course is housed in San Francisco. They exist, of course, to promote mutual understanding, growth of business, and for goodwill between Japan and the United States. They give business assistance for those businesses in Japan that would like to open an office in Northern California. And I just want to share with you some of the statistics to give you a better grasp of how it is that Japan is such an important part of California's economy. It's a $19.6 billion marketplace. Japan is the fourth largest provider of goods and services as an export market for California. Japan is the Bay Area's third largest export market. Japan is California's largest foreign investor, having surpassed the United Kingdom, France, and Switzerland. And there are more than 1,500 Japanese-affiliated companies doing business in California. And that represents over 121,000 jobs. So we are very honored to have you here today. Some friends of mine from San Francisco in particular, good to see you. And ask you again for recognition of the great work that they do on behalf of that very rare and important relationship between Japan and California.
Is this Juneteenth? Are you doing Juneteenth? You're not doing Juneteenth? No.
Are there any other privileges of the floor? Any other privileges of the floor? Any other privileges of the floor? Seeing none, we will proceed with messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the Assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Under motions, resolutions, and notices, pursuant to Senate Rule 29.10, Subdivision C, the following bills are referred to the Rules Committee. File Item 137, AB 1102. And without objection, the Senate journals for June 20th through June 23rd, 2016 will be approved as corrected by the minute clerk. Senator Hall.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I request to remove file item 156, AB 2731, from the consent calendar for purposes of amendment at the request of the author.
Without objection, that will be the order. Any other motions, resolutions, and notices? Who's that? Senator Mendoza, under privileges of the floor.
Yeah, on the motions and resolutions.
Under motions and resolutions, excuse me.
Thank you, Madam President. Please move file item number 66, AB 1430, to the inactive file on request, on behalf of the request of the author.
That will be the order. Thank you,
Thank you.
Senator Mendoza. Any other motions, resolutions, and notices? Seeing none. Consideration of the daily file, colleagues. Under second reading file, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 2783 with amendments, 1945 with amendments, 1241, 1798, 2147, 2252, 1921, 2686,
The Senate
1932.
second reading file will be deemed read. Under unfinished business, colleagues, file item 46, Senator Bell, do you wish to take up file item 46? Pass on file. File item 47, Senate Committee on Budget and Fiscal Review. Senator Leno, do you wish pass on file? File item 48, pass on file, Senator Leno. File item 49, pass on file. File item 50, Senator Gaines. Pass on file. File item 51, which we can take up now, if I could get Senator Mitchell to preside for me.
File item 51, Senate Bill 1005. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1005 by Senator Jackson, enacting the marriage.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Madam President and colleagues. In 2014, Senator Leno's SB 1306 updated the Family Code to replace the term husband and wife with the gender-neutral term spouse. SB 1005 is a continuation of that process and will protect the rights of same-sex couples in California by modernizing statutory language to reflect marriage equality in the state of California. While in the Assembly, SB 1005 was amended to further clarify the rights available to same-sex couples in registered domestic partnerships by adding to the general provision of the California Code a definition stating that each reference to spouse includes registered domestic partners where appropriate. It is important that statutory language reflect federal law in order to accurately protect and represent the rights of same-sex couples. Self-represented litigants rely on statutory provisions to understand their rights and duties under the law. This bill passed the Assembly on a 60-0 vote, the Senate 35-3, and has received bipartisan support throughout the legislative process. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lara. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell.
Aye.
I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. Wynn. Nilsson. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. I. Wolk.
Call the absent members one time, please.
Allen. De Leon. Allen, I. De Leon. Fuller. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. Lada. Morrell. Wynn. I. Nilsson. Runner. Wolk. Aye.
Ayes 33, no 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. File item 52. Senate third reading, item 53. SCR 148. Senator Bates, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 148 by Senator Bates relative to Crosswalk Safety Awareness Month.
Senator Bates.
Good morning, Madam President and members. Senate Concurrent Resolution 148 recognizes the month of October as California Crosswalk Safety Awareness Month. Despite teaching our kids how to stay safe and the numerous traffic laws in place, there are still far too many motorists and bicyclists or pedestrian accidents every year in California. There were 5,500 pedestrian deaths nationwide in 2015, and pedestrian deaths account for approximately 22% of all California traffic fatalities. Research shows that Halloween is one of the deadliest nights of the year because of the high volume of drivers and pedestrians on the road. In 2014, a tragedy in Orange County killed 3 young girls who were out trick-or-treating for Halloween. These 3 girls had the right-of-way at a crosswalk near an elementary school when a car hit them and then sped off. It is important to bring heightened awareness to this very serious issue and remind California motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians of the importance of safety when entering a crosswalk. The Orange County Transportation Authority has developed the Break the Cycle, break spelled B-R-A-K-E, program, asking residents to take the pledge to pay attention to their surroundings, abide by posted speed limits, and make their communities safe places to commute. The resolution aims at bringing attention to this issue with the hope that other agencies will also encourage their residents to share the road safely. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Bates. Debate or discussion? Debate or discussion, seeing and hearing none. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. Fuller. I. Gaines. I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lara. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. Wolk. Aye.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Hertzberg. Lada. Runner. Wykowski.
Ayes 35, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 54, Senator Glazer. Senator Glazer, are we on file item 54?
Yes.
That should be, I believe, taken up at your desk. Is it, well, let me ask this question. Senator, is it in conjunction with your guests? Well, then, my mistake. Please feel free to go to Senator De Leon's desk. All right, so at this point, we'll take up the measure, and then we will go directly to your guests. Very good.
Thank you, Madam President and members.
Please, excuse me. We're going to do the bill first, so let's have the Secretary read. Please
Senate
read.
Resolution 69 by Senator Glazer relative to the Port Chicago disaster.
Senator Glazer.
Tough crowd. Madam President and members, Senate Resolution 69 seeks to rectify the mistreatment of men, American men, who served our country but faced a terrible discrimination from our own military leaders. This resolution, co-authored by 3 distinguished Los Angeles senators, Senator Hall, Senator Mitchell, and Senator Huff, calls on the President of the United States to exonerate 50 African-American U.S. naval seamen who were wrongly convicted of mutiny more than 70 years ago. After an explosion at Port Chicago in Concord, in my district, that killed 320 men, most of whom were African-American naval seamen, other African-American seamen were ordered back to work loading munitions at the same location. 258 of these sailors refused the order because working conditions remained unsafe The explosion had happened just a few weeks earlier, and they had not been trained to handle munitions. After being threatened with the death penalty, 208 of these men reluctantly returned to work. However, the remaining 50 were court-martialed and sentenced to 17 years in prison. They were later discharged with honor, which shows that the U.S. Navy acknowledged the convictions were unjust. Their convictions, however, were never rescinded, and the Port Chicago 50 would carry the mutiny charges until they died, and they all have passed away. It's hard to believe that I have to stand here today and make this plea after so many decades of delay and inaction. By exonerating these men, we can close an ugly chapter in California history and American history. These men and their families deserve to have their names cleared from this miscarriage of justice. They served their country faithfully and honorably. Exoneration would honor their families and act as a healing moment in the face of racism and discrimination that we continue to battle. I understand that President Obama believes he does not have the authority to legally overturn the convictions, but he can clear their names with an executive order that proclaims that these men were unjustly convicted by a prosecution tainted by racism and an unfair justice system. And with that, members, I would ask you to support SR 69.
Thank you, Senator Glazer. Debate or discussion? Is there any debate or discussion on this item?
Ahem, over here.
Excuse me, Senator Hancock. Senator Hancock.
I simply want to thank Senator Glazer for bringing this forward. This is a very important motion. I represent part of the Bay Area, and this story is legendary as an example of injustice in our area. It's time to rectify it. Thank you so much, Senator, for bringing it forward, and I would join him in asking for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hancock. Any other debate or discussion on the item? Senator Glazer, would you like to close?
I would thank the senator from Berkeley, as well as my co-authors, for their leadership on this issue and ask for an aye vote.
All debate having ceased, is there any objection to substituting the prior unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 35, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Senator Glazer.
Thank you, Madam President. I appreciate the support of the Senate and in this effort to deal with an issue affecting our veterans. And I'm pleased today to acknowledge someone who has put in a lot of hard work on behalf of our veterans. It takes more than the work that we do here in the Senate to make things happen. It requires people to have their voices heard, veterans stepping up into leadership to make a difference. And one of those hardworking individuals is here with us today. Her name is Lorraine Plass, and she kept this issue of the Chicago 50 along with her colleague, Ms. Dixon, who was not able to be here, on the radar and to bring it to the forefront right here in our chambers. She's and others were determined to ensure that time would not bury the memory of these men who suffered through the pain and injustice of this discrimination. So I'd like to present the approved resolution that we've just acted upon today to Lorraine, a distinguished veteran going back from the Vietnam conflict to Grenada. On behalf of the veterans community, Lorraine Plass, and I ask if you'd join me in welcoming her and thanking her for all of her efforts on our behalf.
Indeed. A warm welcome, please. And as we know, it is never too late to correct injustice. Thank you for your hard work and effort.